Hello and welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and today we're going to be playing Prickly Pear. And the idea behind this is about cacti, green cacti, yellow cacti, and Sleuth here is in the desert, surrounded by cacti, some that are green and very smiley, and I guess some of them are sort of starting to brown on the edges a little bit, as I guess they do in the sun. Now, this particular puzzle is from a constructor by the name of Nordy, and it's the first time I've come across this constructor. So I did a little bit of digging, and it's not that Nordy isn't a prolific constructor. He or she have actually created over 100 puzzles already, or 100 Sudokus as of this point. Just normally targeted at much higher difficulty rating. So if you skip the one that we're playing today, which is a 1-star difficulty rating, the previous one is 3, the previous one to that is 3, 4, 5, 4. Not really the kind of puzzles that I feature on this channel. But incredibly, just taking a look at this first page alone, I would say the average ratings of Nordy's puzzles are around 95%. There's 99 a couple of them, 98 a few of them, 97 gives you an idea of the type of quality that we're about to experience right now. Now that is correct, you heard 1-star difficulty rating. Last weekend I did all 2s like I used to do traditionally, and I kind of remembered why it's nice to ease into the weekend with a slightly more approachable puzzle, and ease into the weekdays with a more approachable one. So I'm going to try and get back to that with really only 2 difficult puzzles and 2 more approachable ones. Now, we're also going to be talking about a new variant, I think. I don't know. Can't quite exactly make up this rule set, so we're going to take a look at that together now with Prickly Pear by Nordy with the following set of rules. Of course, you can see the green cactuses, the yellow ones. Rules-wise, we've got normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Then we have the following rule. The sum of the digits on a green cactus is less than or equal to every digit that shares an edge with it. Very interesting. So I don't even know how I'm going to try and represent this. So if you imagine that these cells add up, and clearly there's no mention of the fact that they have to be unique digits. They can repeat, and of course they have to. Otherwise, I have a 4-cell cactus in here, and if they don't repeat, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, which sum up to 10. And suddenly I'm going to have to write digits that are more than 10 in all of these cells that are surrounding it. So let's just keep this simple. If this is 1 and 2, and this is another 1 and 2, you add them all up, I get to 6. That means that all of the following cells, I'm just going to double check, it says the sum of the digits on the green cactus is less than or equal to every digit that shares an edge. And I'm going to specifically think about an edge as essentially orthogonally adjacent as opposed to diagonal. Diagonal doesn't really share an edge in my mind. So it means all of these cells would be 6, 7, 8, or 9, so that they are indeed equal to or greater than the sum that is inside this cactus, this green cactus. Right, what is the orange cactus all about? The difference between the digits on an orange cactus is greater than or equal to every digit that shares an edge with it. So it's essentially the polar opposite. So this cell, for example, has to be, between the digits on an orange cactus is greater than or equal to, all right, okay. So the fact that there are 2 cells almost is like inconsequential. It just means that this cell, and in fact this cell too, so let's go with, 8 or 9, means that all of the following cells that share an edge with this yellow cactus can't be a 9, otherwise it'll be greater than the 8. So essentially this 8, 9 wouldn't be, and all of these cells would have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. They can be equal to, it doesn't have to be greater than. Now I'm hoping that explanation was useful. I don't know what's going on. We can not know what's going on together if you want to play with the link in the description down below. And with that said, I'm going to restart the clock and see how I get on. Right, so the 4-1, when I was walking through the rule sets, was quite interesting. I'm kind of wondering if this has to be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, with this being a 1. That would be 3, as in 3 1s, and a 4. So that would be already at 7. Yes, this is forced. Take a look at box 2. We've got 3 cells that are clearly sharing an edge with the green cactus. And I have to equal or be greater than the sum of that cactus. Now, if I absolutely minimize all of the digits inside this cactus, I will get to a sum of 7. And if I try and maximize these 3 cells, they are 7, 8, 9. I have to be no larger than 7. So we do actually have a break-in with 1, 1, 2, 2, and 1. Excellent. And it means that all of the cells surrounding this cactus have to be from 7, 8, or 9. Notice that also includes this cell, which means that this has to be 7, 8, or 9. Even if I minimize this at 7, I have to have 7 or greater inside here, and I end up with a 7, 8, 9 triple right there. This is not 1 or 2, this is at least 3 or 4. I mean, the rest of it is, I need a 2 somewhere, and it's not here. Can't be there, otherwise it would be smaller than whatever is in here, which is, at least a 3. Can't be there, so 2 is in one of these 2 cells. 2 can't be on here, otherwise I would require a double 1. Can't be possible, so there is a 2 in here. Can't put a 2, I think, on the green. A single cell green in general. No, 2 is fine, because all of the surrounding cells need to be bigger. 2 on a yellow cactus would be problematic somewhat. Pretty sure that can't be a 3, because this can't be 1 or 2, and therefore can't be smaller. So this is... I'm so sorry, I keep confusing things. This needs to be bigger than green. Ignore everything I've just said. I'm just going to keep reminding myself of that. Let's see if we can repeat this trick with this one, with these cells. The challenge is we only have 2 cells that have to be unique. So even if I make these 8 and 9, I can allow myself these 4 digits to add up to 8. 8, 9, 8, 9. No, I can't do 8. You see, in column 5, I've got 7, 8, 9. If I do an 8 sum inside here, I'd have to use 8, 9 there, 8, 9 here again, and then I end up with 7, 8, 9 in column 5 in 4 cells. So this is a maximum of 7, which I think is still problematic, isn't it? Because even if I make this 7, 8, 9, and this is 7, 8, 9, I still have 7, 8, 9 in 4 cells. So this is indeed 6. These have to be 6, 7, 8, 9, and now that works with a quadruple of 6, 7, 8, 9 in column 5. And a quadruple inside here as well. Now, that can't be 6 because that would make this 7, or at least larger. So that can't be 6. Hang on, what did it say? The difference between the digits. Because I'm wondering if I've broken it now. The difference between the digits on an orange cactus. I misunderstood what the orange cactus is doing. I definitely didn't explain. The difference between the digits on the orange cactus is greater than or equal to, so it's not about the sum or the individual digit. Sorry. I'd have to have a high digit and a low digit in here because it's the difference that needs to be bigger than whatever's next to it. Got it. It doesn't prevent these from being 6, 7, 8, 9 though. I still have to have something that is bigger or equal to 6, which is the minimum I can make this green cactus. That is still 7, 8, or 9. So all of that is still accurate in terms of pencil marks. But then I need a relatively low digit in here. Now, so that the difference between this cell, which is clearly the larger of the cells, since I've already used 4 of 6, 7, 8, 9, and this is not 1, 2, this is a maximum, this is at least a 3. And I need a difference that is bigger than 3 because look at this cell, this is a minimum of 6. And if I place a 3 in here, which is the minimum, 1, 2 are in the column and in the row, and I maximize the 9, I still end up with a difference of 6. So this is forced. This is 3. This is 9. This is 6. And now this is a 7, 8 pair, which gives me a 9 up here, a 7, 8 pair there, and this has to be a 9 again. This is now not 9. That's, I think, all I can do at the moment. Interesting. That makes these cells 4 and 5. Given there's a difference of 6, there's really no restriction here. Interesting. Right, let's think about the neighbors then of this 7, 8, 9 setup for a second. Now this cell is not 1 and it's not 2. How did I not get to it's not 2? Right, because I made a mistake earlier about thinking what the orange means. Got it. So this could be 2. And then I can have a difference of as much as 7. And the thing is, I do need a difference of 7 because this is a minimum of 7. So that is, once again, 9, 2, and 7. So that I can indeed maximize the difference between these two cells to be able to get the 7 in front of it. That 7 gives me 8 and 7. That removes a 7 from here. This removes a 9 from there. I mean, that 9 removed the 9 anyway, so that is 8, that is 7, that is 9. This is still 7 or 8, this is still 7 or 8. Excellent. Right, let's keep going. This is not 1, and therefore the 2 can't be here. I mean, Sudoku says 2 is in one of these 3 cells. If I put a 2 in here, I'd need this to be smaller, and it would be a 1, which is not available. 7 is up here. Can I do better? I'm just going to check for any obvious Sudoku that I am missing. I mean, I may as well complete the column, I think. I've got another 4, 5, then 3 and 6. Kind of strongly suspect a 6 in here would be very tough. This would have to be 7 or 8. Which is possible, of course. It's not possible. 7 and 8 are not available. So 6 can't be on here. 6 could be there. 6 is in one of these 2 cells. So this is 3, 4, or 5. And it's a pretty large digit, 1 and 2. And therefore the sum and the 6. 6, yeah, chances are I'm going to have to maximize this as well. So the absolute minimum I can make this is a 1. And that would be 2, that would be 1. No, hang on, that would be 2, that would be 1, that would be 2. Yep, that's fine. So if I make this a 1, and if I make this a 3, these 2 are adding up to 4. And I'd have to put 4. I'm fairly sure I actually have to put the 3 in here. Let me explain why. If I don't put the 3 inside there, I need 3 digits. No, I can hide the 3 in here. I need 3 digits that are larger than the sum of these 2 cells. Now, 9 is not available. This is not a 6. Just Sudoku, I needed a 6 in column 4 in here. And therefore, best case is a 6, a 7, 8, and a 5. And I can only have one of the 7 8s because this is, in fact, 7 8s. 7 8s, 2 cells, 2 cells. 7 8 is none of these. That is a 7 8. Right. Even if I make this 6 and 5, I need to make sure that these 2 cells add up to 5 or less. So 5 is off the table in here, for sure. Technically, because I can make these add up to 4, I can have 4, 5, or 6 as neighbors. And technically, I could make this a 2 with a 3 to add up to 5 and have 5, 6 as neighbors. Okay. And I'm guessing this is 3, 4, 5, 6. It does give me a 1, 2 pair, which works, obviously. We've got 1, 2 in here as well. The 6 removes a 6 from there. That was never an option. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, again, all of them. 1, 2 pair, 4, 5 pair. There's a digit I should be able to place in here, and it is a 3. These 3 cells are now known. They are 4, 5, and 6. Yeah. More interesting for probably these yellow, because I now have a minimum difference of 5. Even if I minimize these 2 cells, I've got 4 and 5. So I need a difference that's relatively large. Now 1 and 2 is off the table. So my minimum digit in here is a 3. You add the 5, I need to have an 8 or 9 on here. I can get away with a 4. I could do 4, 9, for example, with a 4, 5 pair here. That's also fine. But essentially, we're either talking about the lowest digit being 3 or 4, the highest digit being 8 or 9. And the 9 can't be here, the 8 can't be there. Very different puzzle. Notice 1, 2, 3, and the maximum is 6. So this is, again, 4, 5, 6. I can get away with a lower digit here, 1 or 2, so I'm not going to pencil mark this. So in the rest of this row, I have another 4, 5, 6, and another 7, 8. I'm not sure I can pencil mark these. Haven't really thought about this much. The only thing that I do know is whatever this digit is, it is smaller than whatever is in here. And therefore, that can't be small like 3, because 1 and 2 are not available. But it can basically be just about anything else. I say just about anything else. There's a lot of restrictions. So it's not 1, it's not 2. We've explained why 3 doesn't work. 4 works, 5 does, 6 does, 7, 8, and 9 tell us it can't be any of those. Now 6 does work. I can still place an 8 in here, technically. Hang on, where does the 3 go? I'm so sorry, I keep reversing the logic, don't I? This is smaller than what's in here, and therefore 3 would be perfect. In fact, 3 is mandatory because 3 is none of these cells. 3 is in one of these 2. If I place it here, that can't be 1 or 2. I've broken it. You get used to the fact that I keep confusing them so regularly. This can't be a 3. Now, remember, the difference in here has to be at least 5. This not being a 3 means that can't be an 8. Because the smallest this can be is a 4, and 8 being the biggest is only a difference of 4. So 8 is off the table, and therefore this has to be the high digit. So that's 9, and both 3 and 4 work. Difference of 6, difference of 5 allows me any of these cells. Good. This actually has to be... No, it only needs to be bigger. And it's not 1, it's not 2, it could be 3. And remember, whatever this digit is has to be bigger than what's in here. So it is 3 and it is 4. And this has to be 5 because there's only a difference of 5. And that can't be 6 or 5. Again, difference of 5, so it's not 6. And that's 6. I mean, it's solvable, but you do have to do a lot of work. Not a lot of work. You have to think constantly about this. Again, can't have a difference of 6. That's a 5. So this can't be 5, 3, or 4. This is 1 or 2. This is definitely not 7. And same logic, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. That is actually a 5. And that is a 6. These 3 cells now, we know what they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need a 6 in this row, and it's not here. That's a 6. That's an 8. And up top is 1, 2, 7, basically. And I'm thinking this cell has to be bigger than 3, so it's not 1, 2. That's the 7. And this is a 1, 2 pair. Excellent. These 3 cells are also known. They are 4, 5, and 8. Not 8. Not a lot more to do, really. Not 9. Not 9 again. 1, 2 pair. Essentially, there's another 6, 7, 8, and a 3 somewhere in here. Don't know where they would go, but if I put 6, 7, and 8 in here, I feel like it's going to cause me problems with these 2 cells. So at best, I have only one of the 1, 2s. Let's say it's a 1. Can't place a 2, can't place a 3. It's a 4. So the minimum I can make these 2 cells is 5. And therefore, if I don't put the 3 in here, and I put 6, 7, 8, or 6, 7, 8, or 9 in here, not 9, obviously, I am pretty sure I've broken it. I'm so sorry. Other way around. If I put a 3 in here, I can't put 1 and 2 in there. The 3 is obviously in there. This is going to get a bit dull for you guys, watching me constantly forget which one is green and which one is orange. I have a triple of 6, 7, 8. Actually, a difference of 5 means I have 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So I have to minimize this. I do have to go with 1, 4, which is the minimum I can do. Again, it can't be 1 and 2, can't be 1 and 3. It is 1 and 4, and that is forced because the rest of it now, 6, 7, 8 triple, is 5 and 9, and this is a 3. That 1, 4 gives me a 2, a 1, a 2, a 1. That 3 removes the 3 option that was in here. This is now a triple of 4, 5, 6. That is the 3. I can still hide the 4 in here and get away with 5 and 6, so technically I could place a 2 there. That 2 has given me 1 and 2. That 7 is not there. There's a definite 7 in here, therefore this is not a 7. Let's think about the rest of this. I need another 6, 8, plus a 2, plus something else, a 9? Looks that way. Now, 6, 8, and 9 can't be here, so that's the 2. Then I have a 6, 8, then I have a 9, which I can't place for one reason or another. And then in here, I have 1, 4. I mean, the 1 is just placed, so no need to pencil mark that. And 7, which isn't placed. Okay. Have I kind of got all I can out of these cactuses? I think the answer to that is no. Or I'm going to keep using cactuses when I really mean cacti. So there is this one that's left that we need to think about. This is a minimum of 3. 1 and 2 are not available. 1, 2, and 3 in here means this is already a minimum of 4. It can be 5, it can be 6, it is not 7, it's not 9. Technically, I can also place an 8. Same logic, 1 and 2. This can't be a 3 because obviously that is a minimum of 3. I can again do 4, 5, or 6, but not 7, not 8, not 9. Given this is a maximum of 6, this is a maximum of 5 now. So this is 3, 4, or 5. That seems like all I can do at the moment. Take a look at 6. None of these, can't be there. That's 6. That means this is 8. This is a 6-7 pair. That's an 8. These are now, what was it, 6 and 9? That 9, which apparently was placed, and I somehow kind of forgot about it. That's 9, that's 6. That 5 also gave me 4, 7, 4, 8, and 7, and 5. This is a 4-6 pair. This has to be the 5 now. That 5 has given me 9 and 5. And that one has given me 2. It's 1, 4, 6, 7, 7, 8, 4, 6 seem unresolved. So I'm going to keep going. Not resolved, not resolved. Okay, we've got a couple of digits in place. This is not a 4, this is 3 or 5. And this is a known digit, which is 4. Not 4. Yeah, I can't really remove options off here. I mean, it's not 8 because of this 8. That's about it. 4 is still legitimate because the digit above it in the green cactus could be 3. This is at least a 5. And 5 is not available. So I can't place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm already at 6 or 8. And it can't be 7 or 9. Okay. 1 is in one of 2 places. We're going to do a bit of Sudoku clearly to clean up. 2 can only be, hang on, in here. None of these. None of these. That's the place for 2. That's the place for 1. That's 4. That's 1. That 4 hasn't helped. 1 and 2. That 3 gave me a 5 and 3 had I paid attention. That is 8. This is a 4-5 pair that are not resolved. This is a known digit. It looks like it's a 7. This is 4, 5, or 6. Not a 6. This is 4 or 5. We've got a 4-5 pair in the column. We should be able to just write these in now. That's 9. That's 3. 4, 5, 6, and 8. So that's 4, 5, 6, or 8. It is not 5. It is 4, 6, or 8. Right, surely this cactus is meant to help. The fact that this is a 5 means that's not a 4. This is 6, this is 4, that's 5, that's 4, that's 5. The 5 is now off the table here. That is not a 6 with that 6. That is a 7, 8, 6, 7, and we're done. It's a, I think, excellent puzzle to ease into the weekend. I'm fairly sure it's the first puzzle I've played from Nordy. And an excellent debut, at least for me and this channel, from Nordy. I mean, new variant. You kind of have to try and remember which one is which and what they mean. Clearly I kept forgetting all the time, but thankfully I didn't make an assumption and plodded along. Hopefully you had a slightly smoother solve rather than a prickly one like I did. See you back for the next video. Bye-bye for now.